All right, so let's look at skills. So the first thing to know about skills is that is a doingness. It's something that gets done. Where rules are guardrails that guard against all kinds of things. Uh, Templates are like blueprints inside your code for specific things. And skills are very much like a description of a specialist doing a specific type of job. So you can have a skill maybe for Superbase, and in that skill there can be things like, uh, you know, uh, security around row level security and things like that. But let's look at skills and how they fit in. If you look to the right hand side on my screen, we have the .cursor directory. Inside we have rules and we can have skills. Now how it works is inside skills you'll have a directory that is the same name as the skill. So the skill that you want, let's say something like Superbase skill. You'll call the directory Superbase skill, and then inside it you'll have a skill file. And the skill file will be a .md file, a markdown file. Now I want to open up a skill file and I want to show you something very specific. From here all the way down is the actual skill, and that is in markdown format. But above it is something called YAML code. It's 3 dashes and then another 3 dashes, and between those dashes is what's called YAML code. So it is a key value pair type of setup where name is the key, a colon, and then the name of your skill. You have a description, which is the key, and then you have a nice big description for the skill. Now, this is extremely important simply because when Cursor starts up or when you create this file, this YAML code is stored in memory so that Cursor can get the skill immediately when it needs it. So when you're going to start talking about Superbase or icons, like in this case, it will Cursor will immediately pull the right skill for you. Also, if you have a skill, what you can do when you start off in the prompt, explicitly call the skill. So it will be a forward slash, and then you can start typing, let's say it's an icon skill. You can say I see for icon, there it is. And now Cursor will use that skill automatically. Now, while we add it to the top, you'll find we have our settings, our gear, cursor settings. In the search field, just start typing in skill, and you will see skills come up there. And in this setup page, you have your rules, and there's our first skill. To create a skill very easy, I just want to create maybe, or not even needed. If you say new, what will happen is the cursor will say slash create skill. You can just do it yourself on the command line, but cursor did it for you, and then you can say, it says help me create the skill for cursor, and you can create a new skill by just typing in whatever you want the skill to do for you. So let's think of a skill. I've created an icon skill already, but how about a, let's say, skill in regards to Superbase? Now, if you go to Superbase, actually, they have a set of skills you can use, so you can just copy paste them. I just want to create something very easy, just to show you how you create skills. And let's do one for Superbase. While we're at it, let's create a skill for Superbase. And I'm just simply going to say, I need a skill for Superbase, and the big part of the skill is to ensure that row level security is always implemented. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to run it, and the skill will be created. So I want you to see very soon that under skills, there'll be a new directory, and then a skills file will be added to that directory. So it checks where do I keep cursor skills, and it's 100% correct in saying that's where it's kept. And that's really the long and the short of skills. Now, skills, if you just go and type, into your web browser, find skills, there are already on the internet many, many skills. Now, this brings the question is, how good are they? Now, skills can be good, they can be bad, right? So let's see what it comes up with. All right, so if you use, let's say, Superbase once again, Superbase officially do have skills, and so does many of these other companies and software that we work with. So you can always use these skills. The ideal thing when I use skills is when I created something and it took some time. After everything works fine, I normally just say to cursor, please, from all of this that we learned and that's implemented and that we now know how it works, please create me a skill. And let's see now, we have skills. There's the icon skills, there's the Superbase skills. You open it up and you'll see it created a very nice skill. It even do RLS, which is row level security checks, and all kinds of things like that for you. So that's very much it. Not much more to tell you about skills, but as we carry on in this course, we're going to continuously create skills as we go along. If there's something you did that takes a long time, change it into a skill. You don't only have it now for this project, but also for all other projects that you're going to do in future. So in the next lesson, we're going to talk about the 3 pillars of coding, the 3 help systems of coding, and how they fit together. So I will see you in that lesson. Bye.